So as I've been building computers recently, I got the idea to do a couple videos highlighting the tools that I use regularly. This is my answer to the common statement that you only need a Phillips head screwdriver to build a computer, which is true, but there are a variety of other helpful things that you can use beyond the screwdriver when assembling a system. Today we're looking at 4 such tools that are entirely optional. You don't need these, you can get your rig put together without them, but once you do start using them, you'll eventually consider them necessities, in my humble opinion. These aren't super cheap like the 4 tools I talked about in my other video that's really similar to this one, but on the flip side, they aren't terribly expensive, and they do make potentially great gift ideas. Links are included down in the description for your convenience, so stick around if you're looking for the perfect present for that special PC builder in your life.
Excellent!
Cooler Master's MK730 gaming mechanical keyboard is the more portable version of their flagship Master Keys 750 and features the same premium brushed aluminum finished and floating key design as well as genuine Cherry MX switches in blue, brown, or red. Use the function keys for on-the-fly RGB LED control, admire the stylish bottom and side light bars, and feel the comfort of the removable wrist rest in a 10 keyless form factor that you can easily take on the go. It's got USB Type-C too, so click the sponsor link in the description for more.
This is my powered screwdriver. It is not a drill or an impact driver, mind you, although I have used it in circumstances where I probably should have used a drill, but the powered screwdriver just does that. It screws in screws with motorized rotating action that keeps you from having to turn your wrist over and over again when screwing in all the screws that need screwing in with a typical PC build. I think I use this more than any other tool aside from maybe a normal unpowered screwdriver. You probably shouldn't point it directly at a motherboard's PCB or anything like that just to be safe, but I still do that all the time if I'm being honest. Get one of these if you build a lot of PCs, or if you have to screw in things with screws frequently at all. I like this one from Black & Decker. It's only about 16 bucks. It has a lithium battery, which means it actually holds a charge over time. The pivoting handle is convenient, and it accepts standard hex shank screwdriver bits. I'm not ranking my list today, but honestly, this would be at the top if I was. It really is just that helpful. Now, I try to keep things organized and tidy while building, but who am I kidding? I suck at that. My work table right now is littered with parts from recent water-cooled builds, and I'm sure I will get around to cleaning them up eventually, but the one thing on my table that is organized are my screws, and that's thanks to these handy magnetic screw trays. These were actually sent in by fans who found out that I didn't have them, and they were important enough that a fan wanted to send them to me, so thank you. Having multiple trays lets me keep the screws and other small metallic accessories contained for the build I'm working on, and the fact that they're magnetic means that the screws won't fall out easily. And it also means I can store these trays on the side of my workbench toolbox, which is just kind of nice. The only downside is that some things don't stick magnetically, like plastic bits or aluminum parts, but that's not really the fault of the magnetic trays. It's just something to keep in mind. You can get a single tray like this one for $5 or $6, or you can get the multicolored set of 4 trays for about $16. Links are in the description. Next, we have a specialized PC toolkit, and here I have mine from iFixit, which I bought myself, and I have a second kit that has my name on it that iFixit sent when we did Scrapyard Wars here with Linus and Luke. And I use them both all the time, which is why I included them here. Now, I'm not trying to say that you have to go with an iFixit kit. There are plenty of others out there from different brands that are nice, but I can vouch for the quality of the tools in here personally and the variety of extras that are included, like spudgers for opening up finished goods like cell phones, a huge variety of bits for Torx, pentalobe, security screws, and a bunch of others, as well as a well-designed screwdriver that fits comfortably in the hand, is well magnetized, and has easy spinning action for screwing stuff in a bit faster. A carrying case is nice too, especially if you want to be absolutely sure that none of these bits ever get lost, as they all have homes. You can look, you can see which ones might be missing, and if something is, you can obsessively hunt it down in a bit of a panic, because the set must stay complete at all costs. Now, my fourth optional PC building tool is specific to water cooling, but it's also actually 2 tools, a double entry, so hopefully that makes up for it. I have a reamer and I have a cutting tool. Now, water cooling is a lot of fun, but it's also not the most practical, so I don't blame any of you for not bothering with it at all. That said, the part that is the most fun is often running the tubes, which usually means you're closer to the finish line than the start with a typical custom loop build. My cutting tool here from XSPC makes quick work of cutting soft tubing, or PETG, hard tubing to length, which compared to using a saw or a other cutting tool is both faster and more accurate while generally providing me with straighter cuts. The only drawbacks are that it won't work with acrylic, which is prone to shattering under pressure, and the fact that the blade here will eventually dull, but I'm hoping that I can sharpen it when necessary. My reamer, on the other hand, makes quick work of cleaning the cut end of rigid acrylic or PETG tubing and creating a nice beveled edge that helps maintain a watertight seal with the fitting. Both tasks are time-consuming and tedious and come at a point when you really just want to get your loop set up, so they get my recommendation for anyone who's looking into high-end custom water cooling. And that is my list, guys. 4 tools that you don't necessarily need, but that you probably want now, and that I use regularly while assembling systems. Once again, I would like to ask you to help me expand this list if possible, and I have a couple bonus suggestions just to get you started. I do not have one, but a data vac is very helpful for cleaning electronics safely, especially if they're dusty, and I want one, which is why I asked my family for one for Christmas last year and my birthday, but they didn't get me one, which is okay. Really, I'm a little disappointed, that's all, but I'm okay, I'm fine. Anyway though, another thing I'm gonna try is a mini miter saw, which Joe showed me just a few days ago after I speculated that they might exist, and then he was like, they do exist. So I think I'm actually gonna get one for the Spectre 2.0 build, which is still ongoing, and that will help me hopefully cut my rigid tubing more quickly and accurately. It might just be kind of fun. Check out the most recent video in that series if you're interested in the Spectre 2.0 build. It's an insane over-the-top build with a 3900X and dual RTX 2080 Ti's and a custom water-cooled loop in the Singularity Spectre 2.0 case. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions, of course, to add to this list below in the comment section. Check the video's description for links to the stuff I've talked about today. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out if you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you very much for watching.